Hi, welcome to Live on KEXP at Home. I'm your host, DJ Morgan from listener-powered independent 90.3 FM. KEXP in Seattle, we stream there. We also stream online at kexp.org and on the mobile apps. And we're so glad that you could join us today for another edition of Live on KEXP at Home. Even during these times, we're still dedicated to connecting you with live music. And we are so excited to be joined today by Emily and Jason of the band Dehd. Hi, welcome.
Hello. What's up?
It's not just Emily and Jason. There's also a puppy. Emily, who's your puppy?
This is Bijou, the newest member of the band.
You said you've only had her for a couple of days?
Yeah. I have slept no sleep.
What instrument will Bijou be playing?
I'm not sure. Maybe the tambourine.
There you go. I was thinking tambourine too. Well, thanks so much for spending this time with us today. It's nice to see you both.
You too. Thanks for
having us.
Yeah. Where are you broadcasting from right now? Where are you?
I am in my apartment in Chicago.
Nice.
Yep, samesies.
Samesies, cool. How are things in Chicago going?
Well, it's been like raining the last 3 days, but that's probably not anything you guys are unfamiliar with. But for us, it's been quite gloomy.
Yeah, I wish it was raining right now because it is wildfire season over here.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's very smoky. Yeah. Well, congrats on the new album. We love it. Flower of Devotion just came out in July. We have been playing it nonstop at KEXP, so we're very excited that you're here today and that you've recorded some live performance from songs from that new record. Before we get into playing one of the songs, I'd love to hear just a little origin story about this new record. When were the songs written, and when did you record this record?
Pretty much it took place all last year. We had put a record out the following year, and then in between touring, we would just come home and write, and then go tour, and then we would come in the studio, and then go back out on the road, and then record some more, and then by the end of the year, we had this.
Cool. So written all in 2019. What was the original? I assume maybe the release plan was changed a little bit because of COVID. I'm sure you were going to go on tour and all of that. What changed during that time?
We pretty much changed everything. Any plan that we had made has gone out the window, and now we're just rolling with everything. So here we are still rolling.
Yep. Things are going well with the new role, so it's kind of nice. Yeah.
How has the reception been of the new record in your experience? Has it been going pretty good?
Yeah.
It's been really chill. Everyone's being so nice, and I feel very celebrated. And I thought this year was just kind of nope. I mean, it still is a nope year, but our record is done okay in the digital verse. So yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
I did make the mistake of looking at the comment section on a video of ours this morning on
Never.
So not everyone agrees, but I will at least own up to the fact that I do play guitar like a middle schooler.
Okay, that's sick. Okay,
yeah,
you should be so honored to play like a free ass child. Oh my god, am I allowed to curse?
Yes, we're not live on the radio. This is the internet. It's Wild West. Yeah. I figure even if the comments are negative, you're making art that's making people feel something, and that's the important thing.
Yeah. It reminded me of our first show actually, where we were playing to 20 people or something. This years ago, and this one person just kept yelling in between the songs. They're stop, you guys suck. And then
quit music.
Yeah, stop making music. And then I was oh, this is exactly the same thing. And I thought it was pretty cool at the time because I was oh, this is sick. People hate it.
He just wants to be in the band with you.
I guess so.
Let's be real.
Reincarnate as Bijou.
Yeah, there you go. I know a lot of people really love this record, including myself, and I can't wait to hear one of these songs that you recorded live for us. So I'd love to get into the first one, which is the song Loner. Before we get into it, can you tell us a little bit about this song? Is there any meaning behind it?
Nope. No, just kidding. Nope. No meaning at all. No. I wrote it I was kind of the lead lyricist on the song as far as like me trying to capture the feeling of just wanting to be like a cool alone person and not needing anyone. Not in a like, I want to be a hermit in the woods and never talk to anyone ever again. Just not needing to be attached to certain people, whether it's like roommates, relationships, friends, like just kind of being okay on my own, despite what's going on in the world or not. And like a cool cowboy or something. I don't know.
Nice. I dig it.
Yeah.
So this is the song Loner from Dehd live on KEXP at home.
Underwater, I found it too slowly to get in. Had a dream, had a dream. Well, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Run for cover, I'll come undone. And when I walk away, I walk alone. Where you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and you're running till the running gets hard. Yeah, you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and you're running from your cuts. Yeah. Play it right, boy. Play for keeps. I'm the right kind. Play for me. I've had enough. It's your love. Want nothing more than to be alone. To be alone. To be
Won't stop, won't draw the line. Won't stop, won't draw the line. Even if it means no survive. Won't stop, won't draw the line. Won't stop, won't survive. Won't stop, won't draw the line. Won't stop, wanna go outside. No, won't stop, won't draw the line. Won't stop,
Yeah, woo! Dehd live on KEXP at home. That was the song Loner from the new album Flower of Devotion. Where did you guys film this set?
It's actually at my dad's photo studio. He's a photographer, so
Oh, cool.
he let us come in on the weekend when they were not doing anything and use the big empty room.
That's awesome. The white background just looks perfect. It makes you all pop. Eric is not here today with us. How is he doing? Is he good?
He's doing good. I think he got to meet the dog yesterday, which was probably a highlight.
Yeah, he came and hung out with the dog. I had to go get a root canal.
Oh, no.
So fun.
So fun. That was nice of him to help out with Bijou while you were doing that. Speaking of videos, that song Loner, you all did a music video for that. That's really fun. And Emily, did you co-direct that one?
Yeah, Me and Ryan Hart were a little directing team, and Kevin Veselka. And yeah, we just flew to the desert and shot illegally in Joshua Tree.
Nice.
And then we shot the other half in the beloved hideout in Chicago.
Awesome. Can you talk about the storyline that goes on in the video for people who haven't seen it?
Oh, totally. So it was like heaven and hell vibes, angels and demons. I just basically always cast all my star friends, usually all here in Chicago. Alex Grelly is the angel in the video. I love casting Alex in all of our videos because he's a star. But yeah, it's basically like
really
thank you. Angel falls from heaven and ends up in a bar called Hell. And Satan is a pole dancing woman who they like have like a moment together, but they're both loners, so they're like, we're gonna dance, but then we're gonna like, we don't need each other, we don't need anyone kind of vibes was the story I was trying to purvey.
That's awesome. It looked like it was so fun to make.
So fun. Yeah.
Awesome. And you three seem like you just have such a great time together, and you jive really well as a band. What's the story? And I know that both of you especially have been in several bands over the years making music for a really long time. What was the genesis of Dehd a few years ago, and how did you get to where you are now?
It was always kind of like the side project. Like we were playing in other bands and touring a lot. So we would like play shows every once in a while, like every couple months around town, and it was like mostly just for our friends. And then I don't even remember why we really got into I guess like people kept asking us to put out tapes and stuff, so then we're like, okay, I guess we'll keep recording music. And then eventually we recorded our first record, Water, and then it kind of has just snowballed into here.
Cool.
Yeah, we always had only one rule, was like, this is a band where we have fun. This might sound so cheesy and also very middle school, but we were like, we're only allowed to have fun, and we say yes to everything. And so someone walked up to us and was like, can I record you? And we're like, okay. Like, do y'all want to play a show? We're like, okay. We just kind of like bebopped our way into where we are now, I guess.
I love that. Well, you seem like you're having a great time together, so it really shows that you
Still
are
working.
actually having fun in this band. That's awesome. And you seem like you have a lot of collaborations and play a lot of shows with especially a lot of the bands that come out of Chicago in your scene. What's the Chicago music scene like? How's the vibe there?
Well, it's kind of a funny thing because it all just exists on the internet now anyways. But up until that point, it's like, yeah, like lots of bands making music that sound different from each other, but everyone playing shows together. And just like an overwhelming sense of just like supportiveness, I would say, like with everyone, just like, and everyone's kind of like giving it a shot right now. And so everyone's like really like cheerleading each other, I would say, like to do well, to go play shows, go on tour more or whatever, record more songs. Yeah.
I feel like that in the 7 years I lived in Chicago, I've only experienced a very positive, like very familial landscape where everyone's there's not really a competitive vibe. But it doesn't mean people aren't going somewhere. Like people are getting out of, Chicago and moving on to other cities or whatever, becoming successful to a certain extent. But I love how the DIY scene and just like the scene in general, whether it's just music or music comedy, acting, like it all blends together here. And I find it to be really lovely. I don't know what it's like. I guess it's kind of like it now. It's just digital, but
Yeah, obviously a lot of people get their start making music digitally and releasing it digitally. But speaking, of course, pre-COVID, are there a lot of venues that are good starting grounds for bands getting started to play shows in Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, I think both like the Hideout and the Empty Bottle are like the spots, and we kind of got our start more when the DIY scene was like popping off, but it's since popped a little less, I guess. But
yeah, like R.I.P. Wally's World and what's the other ones?
I don't.
I think
remember any of their names.
Situations just R.I.P'd.
Yeah. But yeah, like
yards.
places like the Hideout and Empty Bottle where there's like a community that surrounds it and like people will go see the shows and there's like opportunities to see new bands or whatever.
Yeah. Cool. I'm talking to Emily and Jason from the band Dehd, live on KEXP at home. We have another song that I'd love to get to. This is the closing track on the new record, Flower of Devotion, called Flying. Can you tell us a little bit about this song before we get into it?
Yeah, I wrote this song about someone that I cared about a couple years ago, and the title track actually comes from this song. Just when you're like falling in love with someone and you have that like emotional, like, oh my God, I can do anything like with love. And you're just like, woo. I was kind of trying to write about that. And the Flower of Devotion was, from a lyrical paragraph where I was talking about emotions being like a garden. And when you watch something bloom for the first time, you're like, oh my God, I see it's happening. Like I'm falling. So it's a heartfelt song.
Awesome. This is the song Flying from Dehd, live on KEXP at home.
If this is all that we get, so be it, so be it. It was worth it to know you exist. It was worth it to know you is to care. To know you is a bit unfair. I'm in heaven or in hell, I can't tell. Fly
Ah, so good. I love that song. That was Flying from Dehd live on KEXP at home. Emily, your vocal delivery is so interesting. I would love to hear what your influences are. Honestly, both of your influences. It's not just rock music you're playing. I hear a lot of layers in there. So what kind of music do you guys listen to?
Sometimes I write songs and I think, oh, the guide of this song is like Patti Smith, or this one is, the Unicorns, or this is Angel Olsen vibes, like, or the Breeders. Those are a lot that I like on the shelf of voices. I'm like, I must be channeling their vibe or whatever, but I don't know particularly for Flying what I was channeling. I like playing with my voice as an instrument. Like there's a lot of range I can run around with, and I like playing with the soft and then the really loud. And when I go loud, I always try to do like the warble. It's like a game that I'm playing with myself, and sometimes I curse myself later for writing something that's really difficult, because then I have to sing it for the rest of my life. And I'm like, why did I write this extremely challenging vocal part? But it's really rewarding because there's no turning back. Like when I get to that part and I'm live, it's like, all right. And I just like jump off that cliff and I hope to God I hit the note, and then I hit it in a good, cool way. And it's fun to do that like in front of people night after night and be like, hope I don't fail this time. Yeah.
Nice. Jason, what are your music influences?
They're kind of all over the map, but I like the Velvet Underground, even though that's kind of cliche, I guess, to say. It's like, who doesn't like that band?
They're great.
They're great.
They're
it's
really
the band
good.
that launched 1,000 bands.
True. Maybe we are one of those bands, one of the 1,000.
Plus.
And then I love like the Silver Jews, and the word is escaping me, but Tim Presley and like Kate LeBon, like new stuff. But then I've just been getting obsessed with John Lurie and the Lounge Lizards.
Cool.
Yeah, they're so cool. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube for like 2-hour long performances of them in Europe lately. That's been my new jam.
Nice. Speaking of activities you're doing at home, I'm sure you would be out on tour right now, and probably the last couple of years you've been pretty heavily busy with touring and music things. How have you been doing during the pandemic? Have you found any new hobbies, or what have you been keeping yourself busy with?
Well, just earlier today, I cut 80 dovetail joints, building some furniture for my room.
You got some furniture for your room?
I've been building it. Yeah, I've been getting into like fine woodworking.
Awesome, that's rad. What have you made?
Mostly just little things so far, like some studio monitor stands. But I'm building some effects racks right now. But I got this like a Japanese saw. There's this whole like different kind of Japanese woodworking that I'm trying to learn about and practice a little bit. But I don't know very much about it. I'm just an amateur.
That's okay. That's awesome. Emily, what have you been up to?
Well, for the beginning, I kind of was manically drawing on clothing, like, because I wasn't tattooing or touring, and I haven't like sat still since I was probably like 17. And so I was just in my house, like manically drawing on clothes with Sharpie, cleaning, what I feel like everyone's been doing. I got really into TV. I didn't really watch TV before, and now I'm like really into TV.
There's so much.
Oh, it's bad.
You can just go forever.
8 o'clock is TV time, and I'm like, all right, which thing am I going to binge tonight? And I'm like, I love it. And then 2 days ago, I got this dog, so now I feel like I don't know what it's like to have a child, but I have not slept, and I have to wake up every 2 hours and bring her out to go to the bathroom, and I'm like terrified she's going to die, so I'm just like, so yeah, now I'm just like dog. Dog
parenting. Nice.
Yeah.
Emily, you're a tattoo artist?
Yeah, I tattoo when I'm not touring.
Cool. How long have you been doing that?
I think like 4 years professionally.
How does one get into tattoo artistry?
Great question. There are several ways. You can be an apprentice under somebody, or you can just buy a machine online and figure it out on your own, which is what I did. And I recommend both ways. And if people ask me questions about tattooing, like if they're trying to get in, I always just answer everything openly, because I think if you want a tattoo, you should just be able to, especially if you're not a white male. So
Yes.
feel free
Great
to
point.
DM me.
There you go. That's awesome. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP. Thanks so much for tuning in to Live on KEXP at Home. We are talking to Emily and Jason of the band Dehd, and they have agreed to take some of your questions. So if you have some questions that you would like to ask while this next song is playing, go ahead and put those in the comments, and then I'll go through and pick a few to ask. So yeah, go ahead and do that, and let's get into the next song. The next song is called Disappear. Can you tell us about that one before we play it?
Well, it's quite simple. It's just about those times when you want to disappear.
Fair enough. Here's the song Disappear from Dehd, live on KEXP at Home.
Lonely in my heart, lonely makes me start to do what I would do. Lonely in my heart, got the day to watch it start, waiting on the world to fall apart. Do you wanna disappear? Do you wanna disappear? Do you wanna disappear? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm gone. I still gotta keep on going inside to you. Lonely in my heart, it's the only thing I got to lose. Nothing else but you. Do you want to disappear? Do you want to disappear? Do you want to disappear with me? Do you want to disappear? Do you want to disappear? Do you want to disappear with me?
That was Disappear. Yeah, from Dehd, live on KEXP at Home. So good. And lots of fun questions that came through during that last song.
Ooh, all right.
Let's get to
Ooh,
them.
lale.
Sparkle fingers. Okay, let's start with an easy question. Sarah Platt asks, do you recommend any books? Or maybe that was a hard question.
Well, Me and White Supremacy. I just am reading that one right now. White Fragility, also a good one. Good primer on how to not be racist. Those are the last 2 books I read. And I'm also currently reading Actual Air by David Berman, if you want to get a little poetry in your life.
Nice.
I did recently Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man. That book blew my mind. It was really good. If you're interested in questioning what your reality is, that would be a good one to read.
That's a good one. Chloe Wilkerson asks, what time of day do you feel most inspired?
3 a.m.
What was that? What'd you say?
You can go first.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 3, like in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m., darkness.
I'm pretty much the opposite, like right when I wake up, and especially if I'm a little hungover.
Nice. How did you decide on the super minimal drum sound you use? Somebody else asked that follow-up question. Why does Eric not use a kick drum?
It was basically like I think I've always wanted to be in a band that just had a stand-up drummer. And then when we were really getting the band together, we just asked Eric. Eric didn't play drums at the time. And so we're like, Eric, do you want to play drums? It'd be like, it'll be easy. You can just hit two things. It'll be like, we can all do it. And then it turned out Eric's like an incredible drummer. And we just asked him because it was like, he's our buddy. And we're like, I would love to like spend a lot of time with you, you know?
Aw.
But then it wound up being that Eric is like a mad genius rhythm maker.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Shelby asks if you're going to make a music video for the song Haha. Do you have any plans for that?
Yeah, baby. We're getting a final edit this evening, actually.
Oh, really?
So.
Wow.
Am I allowed to say that? Spoiler alert, it's coming out this month, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that question a plant or was that just a very good question? That's
very
awesome.
intuitive.
Cool. So expect a video for Haha soon.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah?
soon.
Do you know, can you tell us a time frame?
Next month.
Next month? Cool.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. Let's see. Andrew asks, what artists were you listening to when you were putting this album together?
Ooh, Broadcast. That was the band I also couldn't remember earlier.
Nice.
I think I might have drank a bit too coffee where like all the ideas are exploding in your brain, you know?
Yeah.
But Broadcast was a big one for me. And like the Cocteau Twins, that kind of like otherworldly production value.
Nice. That's a good one. Emily, were you listening to those same things or do you have others?
No. Roy Orbison, a little bit of Elvis, Patsy, all those old country singers, Crack Cloud. I don't know if I was listening to them when we were writing, but yeah, I'm obsessed with Crack Cloud. Get into it. They're freaks. I don't know what else I was listening to. Angel Olsen. I feel like I talk about her too much, but she's, you know.
All Mirrors was one of my favorite albums last year. So
She
good.
good. She real good.
She real good.
She's really good.
Good point.
She good.
We have a listener ask, where did you all meet? And what is your writing process for music and lyrics?
Yay.
Well, sorry. Well, I'll answer the first one. We met at a DIY show at this place called the Animal Kingdom.
Rest in peace. Yeah, Animal Kingdom show. I still remember that night so vividly, and I remember nothing usually about anything. But the way we write, I love talking about this because we just get into the room and one of us starts playing our instrument, and then the other people just kind of follow. And then at any given point, if someone seems like they're onto something, we all just follow their lead, and we just let the songs flow out of us. No one's really controlling or everyone listens to each other, and we step back and step in when it seems necessary. And then we just record it on our little phones and then try to recreate the magic. But that's essentially how we've always written. And I think it makes the writing really free and genuine that way. And very like sharing, like we all share with each other, the space, the sounds. We're encouraging Eric. We want Eric to sing more. We got one song on this record, but we're rooting for maybe one, maybe two the next one, you know. So let Eric know what you think of his song.
That song is really good. I love his voice in it. It sounds really great, especially with you singing backup vocals. It's really good.
I love his voice.
Yeah.
His voice, angel voice.
More Eric for sure.
Eric.
So digging a little bit deeper into the songwriting question, Jason, this question is specifically for you from Lori. She says, Jason, I feel like you have a really unique guitar work. Does it come to you naturally during jam sessions, or do you take a lot of time planning it out? Do you have any big guitar influences? And says, I love your work.
Oh, thanks. I would say it's mostly just coming natural and not thinking about too much. And then I like to just repeat lines and stuff over and over again. And then when you mess up, then that's usually when the interesting things happen. So then I just try to make enough mistakes so that I can remember how to play the mistakes. And then that's how the guitar part becomes a full song.
Cool.
Mistakes are your friend, I would say.
Absolutely. Logan, one more question, then we'll get to another song. Logan asks, while songwriting, are you tempted to embellish or add more instrumentation or maintain the sparse guitar, bass, drum sound that you've established?
Well, we've played with it in the studio, but I think live, at least, it's the trio. Because that's just how it works.
Less is more, you know. If
Totally.
it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know.
I hear that. Thank you so much for answering those listener questions. Thanks to all of you for those great questions, too. That was fun. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP talking to Jason Emily from the band Dehd, and we have another song to get to. This is the last one. It's called No Time from the new album Flower of Devotion. Can you talk a little bit about this song before we start?
Yes.
It's very fun to play live.
This is my tough one. This is the one I was mentioning earlier when I'm like, why did I write it that?
The vocal range, you mean?
Yeah, because I have to like do this like scratchy, yelly, like rocker dude voice that I was really into. I think I was also like Broncho, Kevin Morby. I was like listening to a lot of that. And then I was just trying to emit this sort of like, I don't know, James Brown vibe, like just like, wow. But it's really hard to sing every night if I'm not like careful, but it's so fun. So anyways, that song was about someone I was dating on tour, which can be exhilarating in many ways, but also can be awful. So it was kind of just me expressing feelings about that in my little rocker dude voice.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a boring answer.
No, I like it. It's good to have the insight. It's good to know what it's about. This is No Time from Dehd live on KEXP at Home.
You only want me when you're sick. Ain't got no time for it, no time.
Yeah.
Put me in the ring.
Put me in, coach.
I feel like a horse, like at a racetrack, like in the pen, and like 2021, we're gonna be like, we're just gonna like,
Yeah, you're like, I want to play that live. I want to play that live.
yeah.
For real.
Oh.
Sorry.
Also, we got a message from Eric, and he said, "Y'all are doing good."
Eric's watching.
Hi, Eric. Glad he's watching. That's fun. Oh, thank you both so much for spending this time with us today. That was awesome.
Thanks for having us. This is
Thanks for having us. This is cool.
Yeah, and we hope that when things can move again, you can come to Seattle and be with us in the studio for really real.
a dream
Yeah.
come true.
Yes. And we'll look forward to seeing some more music videos coming out from you soon, and hopefully more music on the way from you all. Is there anything you want to plug before we sign off? Buy the new record, Flower of Devotion, out now.
Yeah, buy the record, read a book, and donate to people who need money right now.
Good call. Thank you very much. And thanks to all of you for watching today. Appreciate it. We have more live streams coming up. We'll drop a link to our virtual events calendar in the comments if you want to check out some more sessions coming up, and more information on our website, kexp.org as well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you again, Jason, Emily, and Eric watching. Hello.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. It's KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.